everybody. Welcome to Open the Gates. I'm your host, Matt Burke, and tonight we're going to be having on Adam Miller. He's going to be talking about his awesome new trading card set for Iron Age Icon. So if you guys give a warm welcome to Adam, that would be killer. What's up, Adam? How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Awesome, man. You know, just enjoying this new time change that we had. It kind of threw me for a whirl last weekend, but right now it's starting to get used to it. I'm liking the longer days and
Yeah. I don't think it didn't mess me up too bad this time. It usually does, but yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of sleep, I guess, that one day, so that kind of helps.
That always helps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Do you see that new trailer for The Crow?
I saw pictures of it. I didn't know did they put a trailer out today?
Yeah, it just dropped. We were talking about it over on Brian Kreisco's channel right now, and just I love The Crow, man. The comic book, it's I go back to it now, and the movie was an awesome movie back in the day. Watched that thing over and over. But the movie, I thought the actor was perfectly casted in the role. The new one, as far as Brandon Lee too.
Is that a Skarsgård or Skarsgård?
Yeah.
How you say his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them.
One of those Viking dudes. And he got big. He got swole. He got swolled up. And I was like, okay. I mean, and he looks kind of like a SoundCloud rapper, a little bit. And he doesn't look like Eric Draven. So I'm like, if you called him maybe Little Crow or little something, I don't know. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
No, it looks cool too, and it's from the director of Snow White and the Huntsman. I thought that movie was okay visually. It looked
that had Hemsworth in it. Was it that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember much about it. It looked cool. I don't remember the story really, but like the cinematography and stuff was really good in that. I remember.
Yeah, and so that's how I think this new Crow looks. But man, there's so much missed opportunity in the Crow. Man, it's just it lasts for 48 hours and it moves on to a new character. So it's basically can make a TV show out of it, basically. So.
Oh yeah.
Just don't call him Eric Draven. Call him something else. I don't know. But I'll probably go watch it. I don't know. Do you go to the movies a lot anymore? Or
I used to back when they were good.
Yeah, same
and
here.
That was also when they started going downhill. That's also when my kids started being born. So it's just kind of not nearly as much as I used to. And I used to love going to movies. But yeah, whenever a new one comes out, if it's good, I usually try to go see it. I have never read The Crow, actually. I've watched the movie several times, but I've actually never read it.
It's definitely a hard recommend. You can get a nice special edition for $15 on Amazon. And
oh, really?
You can see James O'Barr's journey as an artist, kind of get better and better as the book, from the beginning of the book till the end. It's just really cool, man. And really, it's a really more of a personal experience. And they have, I don't know, man, there's a lot they could have. A lot they did with the movie that's in the book, but there's a little bit more they could have done. Not much, but a little bit more they could have done if they wanted to.
Sure, yeah.
They remade it, but that way. But I don't know. They try to go with brand recognition for the new one, and Eric Draven's the name that's with that. And for the normies, they could kind of just do that. But I don't know. Lately, I've been really into the '90s outlaw comics or just '90s underground comics, and The Crow being one of them. I had Hart Fisher on here a couple of weeks back, and he did a book called Build a Bull. I want to check that out. There's another one, Faust. Still waiting on that. Dead World was a big book. Never got that. I want to pick that up. Your art, man, it's killer, bro. I seen you.
Thank you.
Pop on the scene about a year or two ago, something like that. With Cobalt. I think it was Cobalt. And I was just wow, this guy reminds me of Joe Jusko. Jusko was a big. I guess he was a big influence on me because I loved looking at the pictures. For me, as a kid growing up reading comic books, I just the artist what drew me in. Oh, Phantasmagorical, how you doing there?
What's up,
Sim? What's up, brother? You guys got wrenches? Just go ahead and drop links to whatever you want. And Joe Jusko. I remember he did the Marvel masterpieces, of course, and the Hulk, man, that Hulk that he did with Banner like that big, and he's just
Yeah, he's standing over him all ripped and
probably the most iconic Hulk image in my head of all time.
There's a few characters that he did, especially with Marvel masterpieces, where it's when I think of that character, it's his version that I imagine.
I remember the Deadpool that he did. He's squatting down on one knee and he's got the sword in his hand.
Yeah,
I actually fucking for some weird reason I drew it like really good as a kid because I looked at I didn't trace it, but I looked at it and drew it and it came out really good. I still have it from like when I was 10 years old. This is 30 years ago. But
that's funny. I drew that too when I was a kid. I know the exact one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember drawing that one. That's where I first learned of Deadpool. I didn't know about him.
Me neither.
Until that, really.
I just thought he looked cool. I was like, oh, he's like kind of looks like Spider-Man, but he's like a ninja or something. And I remember on the X-Men, the animated or the 90s show that everyone's always talking about lately. There was a scene where Morph, one of the characters,
turns into him for a second.
Yeah, in the subway. Yeah. I was like, who's that? That's so cool, Yeah. But I never got into it. Who I was wondering, man, like you're obviously an awesome artist. Who were some of well, first of all, I'm kind of just getting to know you now. It's the first time I ever talked to you, but for some people that don't know who you are, also maybe you can give us tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah. I'm Adam Miller, and I've been painting. I didn't start off not thinking my job would be painting. I did it kind of part-time for a little while, and then I was drawing because comics are what got me into it. And when I was kind of, relearning how to draw and stuff and like actually take it seriously, I got into digital art, and that's what led me to painting. And then the painting is what led me actually to video games. So I was in video games for a little while.
Nice.
I did concept art and like splash art and stuff like that for indie studios and stuff. Yeah. And then when I found Comicsgate, I was like, oh yeah, because comics is what got me started, and I've got some stories I want to tell, and I never would have been able to do it with how woke things were getting at the time. So
yeah, definitely.
Here I am. But yeah, Joe Jusko's, I talk about him quite a bit. I really like Joe. His art, especially recently, I kind of most of the time when you're learning, like you kind of take some influence, or you'll see a really cool piece that you really like, and you like try to figure out what it is you like about it, and you start working it in. And earlier, probably last year, I was kind of looking at Jusko again and kind of, mimicking him basically. And I was like, this just really feels good, and it clicks. Yeah. Like this, his style and whatever my style is, like it really elevated my work. So he's my biggest influence. But really all the Marvel Masterpiece cards, the Hildebrands did them. And I mean, there was probably 10 or 12 of them that did it, but he's the big one. The Hildebrands, they did an entire set. Dan Lawless, he did a whole bunch of them. I posted something on Twitter today. Yeah. That's like burned into my mind. I remember looking at that and be like, that looks like a real arm when I was a kid. So yeah, that's where my mind goes every time I'm drawing a balled up bicep. So yeah,
that's awesome, man. Like so those are some of your influences. Was there any other influences other than those cats that really drove you in, or they were kind of?
Yeah, my biggest like really modern influence is a guy named Dave Raposa.
Okay.
A lot of people have seen his work if they don't know his name. If you don't, you should look him up. He's awesome. But he did I want to say it's been a decade probably now. He did like the really realistic portraits of the Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, the metal
and, like April and Shredder. Ones. Yeah,
I know you're talking about.
So that was him. I think that's how he just kind of really blew up after that. But he's done Marvel work and a lot of video game stuff. He's so good. Yeah. He's a.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's a big influence on me. That's another one though where I was trying to kind of make use what he did and work him into my stuff, but it didn't work as well as something like Jusko and just the way the shape language and stuff. But which is a shame because Raposa is awesome. I wish if I could steal somebody's talent, it'd be him. He does comics too. He does a funny a comedy Steve Lichtman comic, and he's working on a really cool looking one called Veil right now.
Oh, that's cool, man. I stopped going to the comic book store a couple years ago just because shit got so out of hand,
Yep.
And I just recently, we're talking about Jusko, I just picked up the new Savage Tales of Conan, and he's got the cover.
That's what I've been trying to think of. Yeah, I knew he did a cover recently, and I couldn't think of what it was. I remember seeing it and thinking, and it's like it's still Jusko. He's still rocking it. But that's what it was. That's where I saw it.
Badass. I just read it last night. It's pretty cool. I had some it's big magazine format like the old ones. It's black and white.
Yeah.
But I have some like critiques on it, But something that, and then I'm picking up Conan. Conan's pretty cool right now too. So I'm going to be doing reviews of that. And
cool.
I'm looking at some of the indie stuff, and it's a great time. The Iron Age, like the perfect name for your package, man. That's awesome. We got, what's up, Dean? How you doing, brother?
What's up?
What about Frazetta, man? What about your Boris Vallejo? You're into those cats?
Oh yeah, Vallejo. He's another one. Him and Jusko are a lot of times. People get those two. Like they'll see a Boris piece and think it's Jusko, or see a Jusko piece and think it's Boris. Boris is a little cleaner, and yeah, I don't know. But yeah, of course, I like his. I did the one of the covers for Florida Man 2, and it was a Boris Vallejo, his National Lampoon's Vacation.
I saw that. That was my
poster that he did.
That was badass.
So we did an homage to that.
Yeah, that movie's awesome. I like he's great. Yeah. I like his Conan work, man. It's just killer,
Of course, yeah.
I love it. I could look at that stuff for hours, man. And then also the stuff that Frazetta did. I mean, just killer, dude.
I mean, anybody who paints and doesn't say that Frazetta is an influence, I don't. They just need to. They're not telling the truth. He influences everybody.
Oh, totally.
Especially lately with when I'm doing not the card stuff, because the card stuff is specifically like character and not much of a background, not really a story going on.
Cool.
But Frazetta's his composition is probably the best out there in the way he tells a story with his illustrations. Yeah. So I definitely get a lot of that from him.
It's for me, like whenever, like I've said it before, until it like detaches itself from my brain. Like whenever I'm laying out a cover or like that, I always have the Death Dealer image in my head, and I can never get it. It's just that pyramid scheme, it's always there. So for me, like I'm real big on. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm learning. But like it's just, I always have that pyramid in my head, and then like I have Mike Mignola, that the creator of Hellboy. He has some cool books.
Same idea, yeah.
And he does a lot of Frazetta, compositions and shapes, and for me, like a big influence is Bisley. I don't know if you're a fan of Bisley at all.
Oh yeah, but,
I love the Bisley stuff, man. Like he gets these weird shapes, and he just like, no, you're gonna be that shape. Like he forces.
I know. He makes it
be that shape. He forces that triangle. That shoulder's gonna be square just out of nowhere.
And it's gonna look really good too.
Yeah, and it's just like it evokes emotion, and it's cool.
Yeah, yeah. He's very cartoony, but his rendering obviously is pretty realistic. It looks really cool. Yeah. I don't think anybody else can pull it off the way he does.
He was like, he's in my top 3. And then like growing up when I was a kid, I don't know if you grew up in the 90s. I did.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I really like the Max. That was a cool character too. I
didn't ever read it. I like the way he looked though.
Yeah, he was always fun to draw and easy. A barbarian, I would like to see you or Jusko do a take at that. I guess they're going to try to make a movie of it. The freaking Death Dealer is one that I did for the following up for my Conan. Oh, that's cool, man.
Okay. Hang on. Sorry, I have a sleepwalking daughter right now. Hang on just a second.
I know how that is.
Hang on just a second. I want to get her straight.
For sure, man. So we got the campaign. I got his campaign up right here. It's on Fund My Comic, which is an awesome website. If you guys don't know about it, a lot of you cats watching obviously probably do know about it, but it's a crowdfunding website that's created by comic creators, and so they know what they're doing. And so if you go and back a book or a campaign like such, Iron Age icons that we're going to show right now off of On My Comic, more of the money goes to the movement, and also more importantly to the creator. What up, Eddie Winkler, man? OG right there, man. This is a guy right there that helped me get into this movement, man. He's one of the first 2 guys. It was like him and Adam Post and Preston Azevedo. You guys are awesome, man. I can't wait for Sovereign Wolf too, man. You got to come on here. We got to talk about some Sovereign Wolf, brother. I've been slipping on campaigns. Got to catch up. It's hard, man. It's hard to back everything. You know what I mean? It's like it ain't like it is in the olden days. you could probably get a lot of them now. It's kind of got to pick and choose a little bit. It is what it is. But Adam, I was wondering, I got the campaign pulled up right here. You okay if I maybe share it?
Yeah, I would love that. Go ahead.
Sweet. Here we go. Here we are. I was telling the audience about Fund My Comic and how cool it is. It's great for the movement and indie creators. They get a bigger percentage of the funds, and you got a pretty cool trailer right here Vaughn made, man. I'm thinking about playing it. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, please.
All right, here we go. Let's get in there.
Whoa. What is this? That's our art contest winner. If you can believe that.
Adam Miller. Who are you?
The winner is Adam Miller.
So this one, yes, this one is Adam Miller. It's pretty amazing.
Well, no, I'm saying he's probably a very
Adam Miller.
Like he just won a contest, or he won another.
Adam Miller is incredible honest. Absolutely crushing it right now. We should artist skills. I'm totally jealous of the art.
There it is.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Thank you. Yeah, Vaughn does an awesome job with the trailers. He's done a few of them for different people, his too. But yeah, the way he can separate the different layers and move them around and stuff, pretty cool.
Oh yeah, totally, man. Yeah, he's killer at that. Like it was Black Terror in the Trenches. That was a killer trailer.
Yeah, really
popping. Really. So what inspired you to want to do the trading cards, man? Oh, we got a guest right here. This is Doc Salem, aka
I'm digging these trading cards.
Thank you, man. Preston's. That's what it is. You're one of my favorite painters that's doing all the indie scene right now. So
shoot, you're going to be one of my favorite painters. This is all you, isn't it? Like all
just making friends. Yeah, I did all of them.
Nice. Yeah, he's a badass.
Thanks.
Definitely, man. Marvel. Have you worked for Marvel before? Or?
No.
Any like mainstream work, or is it
nothing mainstream?
Seems to be a trend nowadays. You think?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say I'm super interested in it either. So.
No, me neither. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Actually,
right.
It's
same. Yeah.
Seems like all the talent is in the indie.
It is. Yeah. I mean, except for some of the huge names that have been big since the 80s or 90s, it's all in the indies. Yeah. But yeah, I was for this. The Marvel Masterpieces cards are probably my favorite art out of anything. So I've always had those on my mind for like wanting to have a project to do. And once I like found Comicsgate a few years ago, like I had the feeling that it would be something that the whole, the whole group could kind of use. It'd be pretty cool. And after a few of like the art contests that I was entered into and stuff, a lot of people actually started saying like, this looks like the like a Marvel Masterpiece card or whatever. And a couple people even said we should do one for Comicsgate characters, and I'm like, okay. Apparently, I'm not the only one that thinks that would be cool. So, yeah, that's how it started.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Is this going to be part of a game or anything like that? Because I'm looking at the stats on the back of the cards. Or is that?
No, that's just like their height and weight and stuff like that. It's not like a tabletop game or a card game or anything. That'd be cool though. I have a whole like card engine for a trading card game that I've play tested and I've got it made and everything. I just need to slap a skin on it and make it. But so maybe one of these days we'll see.
That's cool, man. That sounds exciting when everybody could go head to head with,
Yeah.
And then here you got Chokeslam, man. What's this?
Yeah, this is my character. If you're not already on the mailing list, the cutoff was the 10th. So that was the only way to get that card. If you're on the mailing list and you backed, you get that card. That's like one of the 2 special collector's cards. Chokeslam, he's one of my characters, if I didn't say that already. And it's we're looking at making it an actual metal card, like some people have been getting.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so I'm wanting to do that. I'm talking to a guy, and as long as he can do it, we're going to do that. If not, it'll still be special somehow, either metal looking or foil or something. Yeah, we'll do.
Are you going to do a book with Chokeslam?
Yeah, it should. I've got like 200 pages written, and I've got the whole thing's outlined too, and I've got about 15 pages drawn and inked right now. I think I'm going to go back and kind of redo it a little. But yeah, hopefully that'll be funding either later this year or about this time next year.
That's awesome, man. I remember you dropped some of the art online because you had like one of the wrestling books. It was like, damn, and then the name I was like, always made me think of like Kane and Undertaker, those are wrestlers. I'm like, that's fucking dope, dude. That's a dope name,
Yeah, I like it.
And,
I don't think anybody else has it out there. So.
No. And
I'm going with it.
I was like, yeah, okay, I remember Chokeslam because I remember you posting that on Twitter, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be dope. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And
still coming.
Yeah. I got a question for you, man. You got a favorite metal band?
No, I mean Metallica, I guess. Is that like the normie answer?
Yeah, Metallica's cool.
Probably. I don't do. I used to listen to metal more when I was a young little lad, but I dig Metallica. Pantero's cool.
Yeah.
You're just not angry enough nowadays.
That's got to be it. Yeah.
All that energy goes into your art, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
The creative energy. Like for me, I don't know. What up, Chris?
Like I know when I'm getting too happy is because I want to listen to country. You know what I'm saying? Like
country's cool. It's got good stories. It's like down to earth.
Is Dream Theater, is that considered metal?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they're prog for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them. I'm going with
it. I for me, I have this thing where like I call it the art demon. Like, and I have to create. Like, if I don't silence this thing, I go nuts. So if either I'm like playing or writing music, drawing, making comics, I have to do that. And like, I like now it's just like come to terms with it. It just simply is. It has to be that way, or I'm gonna go fuck.
Oh yeah. I think that now I've got the same exact thing. I think a lot of people do country. I'm from Oklahoma, so.
Oh, nice.
Of course, I listen to country.
Oh yeah, country's awesome.
I like country. Actually, I like some country. I'm not a huge fan, but I know what you're talking about. Is like the art demon. Like I used to feel guilty. I was away from my table for too long.
I've tried to quit before. I couldn't.
Oh, me too. Yeah, because I was like, this is going to end badly if I don't get away from this. Couldn't do it.
Drives me nuts. Like when I'm not drawing, dude. Like I don't know. I feel like finally feel at peace. Like if I'm working a regular 9 to 5, I'm always like, what am I going to get? You know?
Yeah. Your mind is not there at all. Your mind is what you're going to be doing later when you get off or whatever.
And this is another character right here of yours, right? If I'm not mistaken, Armature.
Yeah, that's Armature. Yeah, he's a special forces dude that's been refitted with like an arm cannon, kind of like a Samus for Metroid kind of thing. It's
that's metal.
It's a rail gun, and he's got like a chip in his head that helps him like aim more like a computer. You know.
You like that, Preston?
Oh yeah, dude, it reminds me of the original version of Prophet. You remember, like in the first couple of issues where Rob Liefeld introduced Prophet, he had a computer in his head.
Yeah,
and it would calculate stuff like his strength and how hard he could hit stuff and stuff like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then for some odd reason they phased it out. I don't know why. It was weird.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he's making a movie. But anyway, Armature, he'll make an appearance in Chokeslam too. So.
Oh hell yeah, man! Can't wait for that. Yeah. Definitely gonna back that when it comes out.
Awesome.
You got Kordrath right there. I still got to read that. I haven't read that yet. I got that.
I've got it. I haven't read it, but I've got it sitting.
It's pretty good. I read some of it.
I love my barbarian books, man. That's like that's my jam.
Yeah.
We got the Monster MD right there.
Uh-huh.
That was one of the best CG books. I mean indie books, you know, like that was a really good book.
It is really good.
It was badass.
Death Raider. That's a pretty cool character design, man. What's up?
I know, yeah.
Rob, I forgot his Hunter. That's a bad
Hunter.
Yeah. I wonder if I'm related to him, man. That's my grandma's on the other side from Arkansas.
Oh, really?
I got family in Arkansas. Their last name.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I do too.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, man. What? I guess we could go over some of the tiers real quick.
Sure.
Right here, you got the first tier at the top. That's the complete card set, art book, free special collector's card number 2 in the digital art gallery.
Yep. So this is what I would consider like the featured tier if it was on like Indiegogo or whatever. It's the whole set of cards and the art book. And if you buy those things together, you get the Armature card, which is the other special collector's card. So it'll either be metal or special in whatever way also. So yeah, you buy those, you get that free. That's the only way to get that card. And it also comes with the digital art gallery, which will just have as much art crammed into it as I can.
Sweet.
And you don't have to back that tier to get that card, as long as your order does have the complete card set and the book also. You'll get that card.
That's cool. And then right here you have the complete set with the deluxe box. That's the standard tier right there, 25 bones. And oh man, like the box is so awesome. I seen that you showed on Twitter. You open it up and it's got all the characters inside the box, like lined around the walls of the box inside. Really cool.
This is it. It's a pretty nice box. It's not just a typical like a 2-piece box where it closes down. It actually catches on the lip and goes halfway. And then, like you're saying, get the cards out. Those were not the cards. Those are different cards.
Well, you got it right
there. But yeah, it's got the name, all the names of the characters on the inside, and yeah, like you said, it's got all the like a big mural of characters going all the way around on the inside of it.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I haven't like ever seen anything like that before. That's pretty dope.
Right. I haven't either. I just thought it would be cool when I was designing it.
We got another boy right here, Brian Kreisgau. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up, dude? What's up?
Hey, damn Germans. What's going on?
What's up, Adam? What, you're talking shit? You talking shit, Preston? You talk some smack about my people? Is that what you're doing?
Sounded like it.
Yeah, I mean, look, when I first went to Germany with my parents, you know, I was expecting like some pretty sinister people because, you know, I'd seen Germans in the movies, and I get there and everybody's goofy as fuck.
Instead, it was just chocolate everywhere.
Chocolate. And
oh man,
and Black Forest ham.
Oh, dude. Seriously, if you ever go to Germany, you're gonna put on at least 10 pounds.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna put on
because the food isn't great, but it's hearty, and the pastries, man, are
Oh, and the brats and the
yeah.
beer, you know, and the black,
beer.
you know,
Oh,
Forest ham, Black Forest cake. Yeah, that's where I'm going. Once I leave the country, that'll be the first place I go.
Oh hell yeah! Wacken open air one of these
Wacken,
days.
the Rhine tour, you know, the Black Forest, Oktoberfest, the oldest surviving Viking village in the world. Definitely, I'm going to go there.
Hell yeah. Which card? We're looking at St. George from the Kill Journal. Adam, I gotta say, brother, you knocked these out of the park. Just
you did it fast too, man. Like that was something I was going to touch on later. Like with the quickening, I was like, damn, dude, those things take like forever, you know, to do. And
I got into a pretty good groove with them, like just kind of knowing, like not having to think much about, like obviously like the story behind any of them, because like I said, it's not really what the cards focus is. When I was a kid, I used to really like obviously stories in the comics, but the cards, like if it was just a cool looking dude, those are the cards that I liked more.
Hell yeah.
So that's kind of the idea here, is to focus on the character, and we're not going to have much else going on, but it's going to look cool. So, but because of that, obviously I don't have to do any more characters. I don't have to do much of a background. So yeah, I can, if I'm like a good week, I can get 2.5 or 3 of them done in a week.
Slay. That's awesome.
Do you work in digital? I mean, I'm sorry if Homeboy already asked you that. Do you work in digital?
Yeah, it's all.
Oh, okay.
It's digital. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I could not do it that fast if it wasn't digital.
That's what I was thinking. But it's just another tool.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I want to get back to painting traditionally. I know as soon as I start, it's going to be so slow. That would take me a month to do that St. George.
You'd be surprised. Actually, I realized I was faster doing work traditional than I was doing it digital. But it's the OCD thing. Like, if you give me a magnifying glass,
you have to. You
know what I'm saying? Like,
stop zooming in like that.
It was crazy because I wouldn't realize I was doing it until I was doing it.
Yeah,
and the hours would go by. I'm like, oh motherfucker.
You'll be zoomed in, like doing an eyelash, like putting in each. You're like, why am I doing this? You're at like
exactly. You're like it's
450%. Yeah.
No, he's not lying. He's absolutely right. Like.
Yeah, I try to keep it like it shows you what your zoom level is, you know, if you're doing digital. I try to keep it between like 170 and 100, like
it would be amazing if there was some type of an alarm that would go off if I zoomed in.
No, really, that's what they should do. You should have the ability to set. You should be able to set what you want your limit to be, and it just won't go any further than that.
Like whoop.
One thing I like about Adam's art too is like it feels alive. You know, like the hand right there, like the motion, like the you know, he's busting it, you know, a cap, and like it just really feels like alive.
Do you use any like photo reference? Or you just like feel it as you?
Yeah, usually I'll either especially for faces, I don't use a photo. I have a mirror here that I keep at my desk, and so I'll just make like the stupid face, you know, every time, and just keep looking at it. But if it's a tricky angle with a tricky pose or something, I'll usually just kind of take a picture of myself trying it, and it doesn't, you know.
Yeah,
you don't want to.
I delete those photos immediately.
No, you don't want to. You don't want anybody getting a hold of those.
Right? 100%. I know you're talking. And I like this right here, man. The hardcover art book. So these are all basically the cards, but large format. Yeah, you know what I mean. So you can sit there and really, you know, look at them. Like that's. I mean, I love cards, but I also like the big pages, dude. You know what I mean? So personally, that's like what I would really. I'd like them both, but I'd love to see like the big art, dude. You know, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
glad you put that on
here.
Yeah, I haven't like inspected your campaign at all. Like this is I clicked on it once, but I haven't got in there and like done a deep dive on it. That's cool that you did that, man. I was hoping you'd do something like that.
Let's do it together then. Let's do it.
And then right here you got the retail display box. This is something a little different too.
This is my favorite thing out of everything that I'm like. Obviously, the full set and the book are cool, but hang on.
old school, man.
Yeah, so it's like an old
Yeah.
Just like you'd go to the store and
It's rad.
and buy the packs of the cards. They're in the foil. Yeah, so there's going to be 14 of them in there. This comes like here.
But there's no stale bubble gum in there, is there?
No. I'll probably put like a sticker or something in there. We'll see what all it costs. This is how the box comes, and then you can unfold it to make it more of like a display box.
Would be really cool is you put a hit of acid in each one of them.
I'll need a supplier for that.
Let's take an eyedropper and just put it on one card, and they have to guess which card it is.
Oh, look.
That's cool, man. Like
they're over there licking each one of the cards.
you could take that box anywhere, man. You could like take it to a car show and just like pop it open, or like a tattoo parlor, or like a head shop. You know what I mean? That's people. That's
sure. That's
people
a pretty
that
good
like,
idea. I haven't even thought of marketing to head shops. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, people
Also,
they smoke their dope and then they
tattoo
read
shop
the books and
That's
it's
right.
Tattoo. Yeah.
I've been thinking about that.
If you're tabling a convention and you've got that on your table, that's pretty
obviously.
fucking rad.
Yeah, I didn't think about
That's
that.
an eye
Yeah.
catcher.
Totally, dude. And you got your choke slam, like, oh, dude. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah. I'll be hitting the conventions here in hopefully a year or two.
And it's
with
cool
some
too because
goodies.
you're out there, dude. You're like right in the middle. Like for me, I live in California. Brian's up in New York. Preston's in Louisiana. You know what I mean? And me, like, I mean, I got some horror conventions and stuff like that, but I would rather be like right in the middle of America where I could like branch out, like where you and Preston are at, and I could hit the cons. Like that's where
it's overrated. Like,
is it?
Oh yeah, dude, you don't make as much money as you used to, like doing shows like that.
It's a little different now, huh?
People, it's weird, dude. Like if you don't, it's like people don't really care about art or story, or they just look for characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I see that a lot. I see that a lot.
It's nuts.
I think you would have to go just looking for a good time more than hoping to sell a whole bunch of stuff, I guess.
I actually go to conventions. When I go is just even when I used to go just to like to sell stuff, I would go try to hunt down like indie comics.
Yeah, dude.
And it's the hardest fucking thing to find at a comic convention.
It really is.
Even the big ones, like it's really hard to find them at the big ones. You know?
There was a book.
New York Comic Con, they have Independence Alley.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah, but it's mainly like artists, like doing knockoffs of licensed characters.
Wolverine and
Actually, in my case, everybody had a book, but they were all zombie books because it was like the year of like The Walking Dead, and I literally had like the only non-zombie book that year. It seemed.
That's funny.
Six Gun. I gotta say too, man, that Six Gun Gorilla you did was fucking.
That's a
cool
piece.
Says I asked him like, can I use this like for like promoting the next campaign? He's like, yeah, sure. Just thumbs up at him. Thank you.
This is no problem. This is a community project here. You're letting me use Six Gun Gorilla, so of course, man, whatever you want to do with it, it's yours. It's a free piece of art, and I get to make it into a card.
Hell yeah,
that's awesome, dude. You're a stand-up guy for that, man.
Yeah, we dig.
I mean,
folks,
I'm
these parts.
I am surprised so many people wanted to be a part of it. Like, especially with those rules. Like, usually you would have to pay a decent licensing fee.
Yeah.
And if I did that, this could never happen. No.
I was going to ask, did you get any pushback on anybody? Like as far as
names.
My character doesn't look like that. You got to change this or.
No, so even in the contract, it's kind of understood that like if the sketch looks good to you, then I'm just gonna do it, and by the end of it, if you don't like it, we'll pull it. We just won't do it. So everybody, they got to sign off on it and stuff, but I couldn't have 40 different art directors tell me,
Yeah, at the point you have to be the artist. You know what I mean? Like Preston, he's always gonna bring the fucking metal to like pieces. Like sometimes changes. It's like, well, fuck. Yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah, I don't listen to anybody. I just do it.
Like, I mean, you have to have your vision. Like for me, if I hire an artist, I'm gonna hire him to do what he or she does. That's why I think because I want that look.
Well, you would think that's the way it goes now, but there's a lot of people like early on, people would hire me and be like, so can you do like a Jim Lee type of style? I was like, "Bitch, did you see my portfolio? I mean, did you?
Yeah. No,
Idiots.
it's weird, you know. Yeah, man.
I think most artists probably do their best when there's not a whole lot of fixing, you know, for the client.
Yes.
Some artists I think need that, but I think
it's good in some cases. Like, I mean, I want some type of criticism because I want everybody to be like, "Oh yes, that's fantastic."
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
It's when you have to redo something 6-7 times where it's
like, all right, dude.
I knew a guy and he hired Angel Medina to do a cover for him, right? And Angel Medina is one of my favorite artists.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, yeah, you know, I hired Angel. He gave me a really good price on the cover. I was like, dude, that's fantastic. He goes, but I ain't got the money, so I turned down the first 2 sketches he sent over to me until I can get the money. I was like,
that's a good way to say.
I was like, dude, that's a big asshole move. Is what?
Yeah, but you know what? That shit snaps right back in people's faces. The same way, like you know, courtesy and generosity and that sort of thing. It all comes back to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe in. I believe in that too. It's all about the energy, you know.
Yep.
The harmonious energy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I love working in the indie field actually because like I knew other people who worked for DC and Marvel, right? Like early on when I really wanted to be part of all that.
Yeah.
And they were saying like they had to redo a panel a few times because the S wasn't right on Superman's chest, you know, or the character. And I was like, dude, how do you work like that, dude? You know, how do you still be creative knowing that you got to go back and change things over and over again because the logo isn't fitting exactly the way they, you know, whereas in the indie field, you almost have complete freedom, you know, people know what they're getting before they hire you. So they just like, just make my character look fantastic, you know, or
that's the best case scenario.
Yeah. Or you have to make
for me, at least,
slight edits to panels or add pages, you know, and you clear it. Like most people like, fine, do it as long as
yeah.
I mean, Preston was actually like on my ass a little bit. He was like, hey, you know, if you don't like something or you want changes, I asked him to change one thing, right? And that was the Zeppelin because it looks.
I said, you motherfucker.
That one thing, right? And he was just like, you know, because I was just basically, he was afraid I was just like rolling over and just being like a yes man. It's like, no, the shit you're turning into is just amazing, right? You get the right artist and you leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
If you're someone hiring an artist, you should make sure you like their previous work, because if you don't, they're not gonna magically turn into whatever artist you are hoping they will be.
No, but there's guys who think that way, you know.
Yeah,
there is. Yeah. I haven't run into one in a long time, but yeah, they're out there.
Damn.
And right here, you
That's
got the
stupid, man.
You got the regular card pack right here for $6. This is just a pre-wrapped pack.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, also with the box, the display box.
Yeah.
You pay the same price that you pay for 8 of them. You're getting 14 packs.
Oh, nice. So, yeah. Sick.
So if you do want a whole bunch of packs, this is definitely the way to go. Plus, you get the cool box with it, and there's one guaranteed sketch card in a box.
I hope there's amazing. Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Sketch cards are the shit, man. That's the coolest thing you can add. That's the coolest extra, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing on Saturday for Butch Cleaver too. I'd love to see like more conventions with more of like Iron Age, Comicsgate, you know, like this whole sphere, you know what I mean? And then these cards just kind of spread all over the place, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Sure. I hope things, you know, keep going and like getting better and better, you know what I mean? And this campaign is like came in, I think, at the perfect time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sweet. And we got that one. And then you also have the 2 sets for 40.
Yep.
2 complete sets.
Yeah, which is pretty. They're $25 each, so you get $10 off if you want to buy a couple of them.
Save a couple bucks. Sweet.
Yeah.
And then right here you have the sketch card. Awesome, dude. You put a sketch card tier on here, man.
We do, yeah. So I'm taking. There's just 30 of them that I'm going to put aside because there's a 1 in 10 chance that you'll get one in a pack if you just randomly buy a pack. Or if you get a box, you could. I mean, I don't know how many. You'll get at least one in one of those packs, but you could get more, in theory. Or if you don't want to spend all that money and you do want a sketch card, I'm going to put 30 of them aside you can get for $25.
Hell yeah! And if you guys haven't backed, I have the campaign linked at the top. It's pinned at the top. It's also linked in the description as well. Also here, I love sketch cards. Down below, you have an art commission.
Yep.
Killer art, man. I've been seeing that as well on Twitter. You're doing a lot of black and white tones. You're using different stuff.
So these are actual physical pieces that I'm going to be doing for commission. But yeah, like the difference for me, at least, I know Preston's a little different. It sounds like Mr. Super Artist over here. For me, I can do a value painting way quicker than I can do with colors. So that's what we're doing here, and they're cheap, $275 for a single character. It's basically like what a card would look like. A single character, not much of a background, but it'll be really cool looking, and it'll be physical, and that's the cheapest I've ever done, and that's the cheapest I'm ever gonna do. So
that's not a bad price for a painted like bust. Would it be called the bust, like from the chest up or something like that?
No, it's here. Here's one of those. Like that.
Sweet.
That's
it's dope.
Way too much for. I mean, yeah, that's way too much for $200 and some odd dollars.
Dude.
Yeah.
You sure you want to give that away for $200?
That's beautiful, man. That's
Like I said,
beautiful.
this is the only time I'm going to do it.
Is that Copics or is it?
Yeah. So it's just lightly penciled and then inked, like without any rendering with inks, and then just going in with markers and a little bit of white paint, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Got your
You're
own
a
style,
bad man.
Yeah, he's a killer.
Thank you.
I love that style, man. And it is like a little bit different than your digital style too, I will say. And they're both dope, just different too, I like that.
Reminds me of Alex Ross.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Alex Ross,
Of course. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, exactly like Alex Ross.
Alex Ross
Like
and a little bit of Lee
classically trained artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's definitely not me. Thank you though. That's I take that as a compliment.
Have you taken any art classes or is it
Nah.
self-taught?
Yeah, YouTube videos.
Yeah,
Wow. That's so cool.
Really,
I did books. It's the same thing.
I got a couple of books. How to draw comics, and
YouTube
what
was
is it?
very primitive.
Yeah.
They didn't have videos on paint.
yeah. That it's. I started taking it seriously probably around I want to say it was 2013, probably.
Yeah.
So there was stuff out there.
Yeah, no, I mean the educational potential of television was fully realized with YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like Goodwill Hunting. He's like, everything you want to learn isn't in a college, it's in a library.
Really? Yeah. I think, man, by the time like my kids are like college age, depending on what they want to actually do, like they probably don't need college. Unless they want to be a doctor or something crazy like that, they're not.
Or if they just want morbidly crippling debt.
Exactly. I know. Yeah, I learned how to do this for free, so you can go into debt
for a living. It's hard to figure that out. I think a lot of adults, my age, and they don't know what they want to do. And I think a big thing in life, one of the most important things in life is trying to figure out what you want to do for a living and get paid for it. It's like for my kids, I'm trying to foster that in my kids, like you want to do fashion, you want to be a vet, you want to be a doctor, you want to do
what you were saying about the art demon.
Yeah.
That was the one thing. Like I had so many chances to do other things. But
if you're an artist,
like you always knew like this was the right way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else was just too many. It was just a side path, and it was just a distraction.
Ultimately,
supposed to be.
Yeah. For me, it was a focus, single-minded focus, until I discovered, that I was good at something else, and so I was doing that thing and pretty much ready to pack in the comic book dream, and then this all happened, and life can be weird that way.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
You never know what's
well,
coming.
you're good at it too, so that helps.
Well, thanks, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You sent me whenever you sent me, the book, so I could look it over for reference and stuff for the card. I sat and I just read. However, that's a lot of pages. I just sat and read all of it in one sitting. It was a really good book. Yep.
Oh, thank you.
For books, I think it was maybe a couple of them put together or something. And
was it the TPB or any floppies?
I'm guessing it. Well, it was all PDF, but I want to say it was a bunch. It was a lot of reading, but it was so good, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm learning how to take compliments. It hasn't been easy. I'm getting better, though. I'm getting better.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, you're just grateful that you put your stuff out there and the people like it, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's almost like, it's for a minute at least. You're like, I don't care how well it does. People like it.
Yes,
that's good enough for me.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Until that doesn't work anymore, and you need to pay some bills.
Yeah, right. Food in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, no, I mean,
sorry.
You got. I mean, you've got so much cool stuff here, and the cincher for me, of course, is the sketch cards.
Yeah, I mean,
I always talk about that. How like the idea of ordering like a book and getting an original piece of art from the artist that drew the book. That's like the coolest thing ever. It's one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah,
I think it is. I think that's pretty cool. And then right here, you got the digital art gallery. That's basically the cards, right? Like in a large format, probably.
So that's going to be, since it's digital and I don't have to pay like per page to print it, I'm going to put as much as I can in there. Obviously, all the art will be in there. I'll probably put front and backs of cards in there.
Sick.
To make it basically, the whole card set. And I'll probably also put in, the virgin versions of them and some process stuff, maybe process on all of them. So, because I got sketches and all that stuff. So we'll see.
Stuff.
Yeah.
The art
I want it to be, I want it to be really comprehensive. So, and I'd say if people, out of the US, shipping sucks. So
it's perfect for them. Like it's easy for us to, I mean, myself included. It's easy for us to get our cool books and physical media, but it must kind of suck in some parts of the world where they can't get stuff, and they're like, "Damn, dude," you know what I mean? Like,
sure,
I mean, at least they could get the digital. I mean, I understand that, I mean, kind of, but I'm not there.
That's why I always offer digital tiers because, some people don't want to pay $28 shipping for like a $15 book.
Can you
imagine that?
To be entertained by some cool characters and cool, concepts, and I don't know, man. Like we're creating some stuff out here, man, and I get that. I need to, I don't know, think about that a little more. Adam, I got another question for you.
Okay.
Yeah, network.
Yeah.
Adam, what's your favorite movie, man?
My favorite movie, man, when I was in college, I was in a film class and we had to stand up in front of the class, and it was a really big class, and defend our favorite movie. And so I had to defend the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay. That's a good one.
The original.
That was a good movie, dude.
It really is.
If you
haven't watched it in a long time, I
think it holds water. Yeah,
it does. It does. It looks great, and the story is awesome. And even this is one thing I said. Like even if it wasn't about the turtles, if it was just four brothers and their dad and stuff, it would still be a really good movie.
Yes,
and then
Elias Koteas, amazing as Casey Jones.
Oh yeah, Casey Jones.
Right.
Yeah.
That movie gave it I remember going to see that with my expectations in the sub basement, and then just being just delighted that it actually was really good.
It's pretty street too for the 90s. I don't know. I thought they did a good job. It's a lot like the comic.
It balanced between the comic and the animated show, all the pizza and all that crap. Evidently they added sound effects like boing and splotch and that kind of a thing.
Oh yeah. Like when they slip, it's like
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got the
But
art of the
original
movie back in
version,
the day.
That was the guy who directed it like in a poker faced way. He was playing it like pretty straight, which is the way to go with a crazy.
I mean, that's one of the reasons it's so good.
Yep.
I will defend that.
I think it's appreciation nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I actually like all three of the movies. I like the one number one. I like the third one, and then the second one's kind of whatever.
You like the third more than the second?
Yeah, over time, it kind of grew on me a little more. I don't know why. It's like, damn, this is a little better. It's got Casey. That's the second one, but it's got Kevin Nash in there. I like Super Shredder as a kid. I thought he was a dope.
Yeah, I did too.
I just waited for that character to come out at the end of the movie every time, and I like the wolf and the Toka and Raza. I had all the toys. But the movie wise, the third one's a little better. And I mean, Elias Cotees comes back as Casey Jones, and I don't know. I just like Turtles. I even picked up the new Turtle book, Last Ronin 2. I thought it was okay. I got it on my pull list. That's another book that's one of the few that's still kind of, Last Ronin. Dude, I haven't even read Last Ronin yet. I still got it. I read the second one.
You read the second? I read the first one, and it's actually really good.
That's
wasn't super.
Well, it was done by the creators, though. Like it was done by
Kevin Eastman.
In '88, he wrote it. Like right after Dark Knight, allegedly they wrote The Last Ronin, and they just been sitting on it, and it's like that's.
Well, those guys haven't worked together in God knows how long, and they put out The Last Ronin, and that's after they ruined the Turtles with IDW.
Yeah. And the new book too, like the format's big. It's like a magazine size, so you get the big fold out with the big art, and the big panels. So I was like, this is pretty cool. But Casey Jones's daughter and April's daughter is like Casey Jones now. It's like Casey Maria Jones, Yeah. But they draw her like a girl. Cool. She looks like a girl though, like she's got curves and stuff. Yeah. But she's a badass.
Yeah, she's in
Toronto, basically.
You fucking pervert! I swear.
But no, and they got new turtles, and the turtles they're dead, and I'm like, that's cool. Like that's cool when
that is cool because it's a natural progression of the character.
Yeah.
And it's
April's
also
alive too. She's old, So
it's got that X-Men of Days of Future Past kind of hook.
Yeah. And it's cool going to the comic store like every Wednesday. I take my son there. I'm like, hey, dude, let's look around, see, get some Conan, some Ninja Turtles, see if there's anything cool, But
Matt's the dad I always wanted, to be quite honest. I said, you're the dad I always wanted.
I know.
You guys got to come check out this campaign, man.
For sure.
You guys, this is the cards that you guys need in your life. You're gonna love it, man. And also, sorry, Adam, what were you saying, brother?
I was just saying I'm putting a lot into it. Everything I've got, everything in it is like just what I think would be really cool to have, especially as a Comicsgate person who could get like we don't have stuff that we can put on our shelves really. We have a little.
Don't have nice things.
We don't have nice things.
I got miniatures.
But I think this is something you can put that on your shelf, and it's cool to have it, and it's an indie thing, and so yeah. Please, if it interests anybody, I would very much appreciate the backing.
Oh yeah,
where are you at right now? Oh, 4,000.
We're funded. Yeah, we've got it funded.
I forget if I even backed this yet.
We got to get up to 100 backers. We got to get to 5.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You got to get in here.
Sure. Nice. Which platform is this on? Is this on
Fund My Comic?
It's on Fund My Comic. Excellent.
Yeah.
Campaign.
I think. I mean, everybody should. Like,
I agree.
Yep.
There's not a whole lot of organic traffic, as they call it. People just coming in and browsing, which I think there is some. But especially like the smaller people, they're not going to get that anyways. Anywhere you go, you're lucky if you don't get shadow banned in the first place. So
100%.
Yeah, I'm all behind Fund My Comic. It's easy to work with. Luke Stone, he's a cool dude. And,
dude.
It's the way to go, and it's doing really well for its first few months or whatever it is.
Like 7 months, dude, and they're already like cranking. You know what I mean? Like to me, I think they're doing great. You know what I mean? It's just like they need more exposure. That's it. As soon as they get that,
it's a pleasant surprise. Because
people need to know that.
I'm always the first one to admit. Like when Matt and I talked about it, or just like Matt's like, so do you think this thing is going to work? And I was like, no, I think it's going to fail.
We
should get behind it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because somebody has to at least fucking try.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, Luke is pulling it off.
So we have to get behind it. You know what I mean? It's like our duty as indie creators. I mean, what
agree.
other crowdfunding site on the world is doing anything like this? You know, once this thing blows up, everybody could come here and get their comics, their indie books, you know?
Yep.
They could go to the stores, but it's just like little scraps here and there. You know what I mean? And it's just like a Wild West inside the stores. Here, we could come here and get all our fucking indie books for potentially like long time, because they could turn into stores, you know, and or get links to somewhere else. This should be the hub for comics for the Iron Age. I think that Fun My Comics should be. It's just taking some time. It's going to take some time. You know, Kickstarter's Coca-Cola, Indiegogo's Pepsi. You know, this will be somewhere like that eventually, and it's
working. That's the thing.
This is Royal Crown Cola.
I love me some RC Cola.
Yeah.
I like RC Cola Draft.
But that's a pretty good description. Most people are drinking Pepsi or Coke, but if you go somewhere that actually has RC, you know you're going to get RC.
Yep, 100%.
You're not going to get it.
No.
Hell no.
So come on over, guys. Back this campaign. Check out these cool cards. Get a box. You know, take them to the car show, the record shop, you know, the head shop, tattoo parlor. You're gonna see some cool indie stuff.
Hell yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Thank y'all.
Adam, you got a favorite beer, man? A favorite brewski you drink?
Not really. I don't drink a ton anymore. Probably Blue Ribbon, actually.
Oh, nice.
If I am actually drinking, I'll have like a drink every 3 months, maybe. So
yeah,
I get hung over easy these days.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Yeah. It hurts more too. Like, you know, well, like I don't know. Sometimes when you drink. Yeah, man.
So not like it was.
No, not like in the olden days. And then you got Chokeslam coming out too, right? Probably in the near future, right?
Yeah. So after this is all wrapped up and everything's shipped off to everybody, I'll refocus everything into Chokeslam, which Chokeslam I'm hoping to run it also later this year. We'll see. I don't want to. It's really for anybody who's crowdfunded. If once you get like into November and December, it's really not a good time to launch because people don't have as much money
or time. Just pure chaos.
Yeah. So if I can get in maybe in October, I'll probably do it. But if it's going to be any later than that, which is actually what I did with this, I just kind of wait till everybody recovers, and about springtime's a pretty good time to launch. Of course, then you're dealing with everybody launching.
My goal is to launch every book or every campaign on St. Patrick's Day. That's my goal.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. A little tradition, yeah. That's a good idea. A good marketing idea.
Yeah, I got a St. Patrick's book coming out hopefully one day too.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I was gonna say too, man. You don't have to, but if you'd like, can you give us a little spoiler about Chokeslam for those, or no?
Sure. Yeah, let me, man, it's been a while since I've had to give a pitch for it. It's so it's basically, it follows a couple wrestlers. This is not going to be an elevator pitch because I'm going to have to stumble my way through it.
Sure.
So it follows a couple wrestlers who, and it's got some mystery and stuff, so I don't want to spoil that sort of thing, but they're, pro wrestlers. They kind of get into like some vigilante stuff, like, on the side, on weekends, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of unfolds that their company that they're working, the WWE or whatever, is kind of doing some shady stuff, and it involves mafia, and then actual superpowers start coming into play, and so it's I don't know, that all mixed together.
Sold.
Some street justice kind of stuff, and it'll have wrestling. So I really like the story. I'm pretty proud of it. It's got the story of the wrestlers doing like the main story of them, figuring out the mystery and doing the crime fighting and all that. And then there's also another story that's going on kind of simultaneously with them, but like in terms of their relationship with the company. And then of course there's an in-ring story that's also being told, also like a kayfabe story. So
that's dope. So there's like kind of like
cool.
4 stories going simultaneously. in different roles and whatnot. And that's dope.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Sounds cool, man. You know, we like our wrestling comics. I know Brian does. You know what I mean?
Yep. You know, I'm glad to actually see that that's a genre.
It is.
That's catching on, but it's not like overflowing yet.
Yeah, it's not like zombies were.
Yeah, no.
Werewolves, right?
Werewolves,
what I want to do. And every time I'm thinking, now's the time. There's like another 20 werewolves.
I am for sure, dude. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I got my take and it still hasn't been tapped yet. I got three angles in one story. Like I'm ready for that shit.
Yeah. I mean, werewolves are cool, so even if it is oversaturated, you still
I'm a werewolf mark, so like I never get tired of it, you know. So
what I do is I write the script and then I stow it and I just save it and I just wait.
Until 2 decades from now, it'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be rich.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, there's not too like there's a Jaeger bomb. Of course, do a power bomb was the right. But it's not flooded yet. Like I could still do Tequila Moonrise. I could still do my Wrestlers versus Monsters comic and not worry about like, oh shit, everybody else is doing that right now.
Yeah. And I think
it's niche enough, I think.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody has like there's a pretty good twist to every concept of wrestling. Like all these wrestling comics that are out, like they're all different. They're very different. Yeah. They just, take place in a wrestling setting, basically.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think there's room. I hope there's room by the end of this year because I'm still doing it. Like you said, no matter what, I'm still doing it. So.
Yeah, you have to. You have to do what you love and let people know how much you care about it. That's it. And then chances are that they're going to get behind your passion for the project, and that's
because the thing is, attitudes are infectious and kind of like energy it's like almost magical.
It is. No, that's the energy, dude. It's a positive energy and excitement and fucking electricity. Like that's the way I would describe it.
Yeah, and if you take that attitude, other people are gonna notice, and they're gonna notice your stuff.
For sure, man. For sure. Well, we've been going about an hour now. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Cheers, Adam.
I'd love to have you on again for Chokeslam. We could do it. We're talking about that. And Adam, where can people find you?
Just on Twitter, pretty much. Adam Miller Draws, I believe, is what my handle is. Adam Miller Draws. I've got a YouTube channel that I've got like 3 videos on. I'm wanting to do some more draw streams.
Hell yeah.
I probably will. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. So I just want to sit there and draw and talk to people who want to hang out while I'm drawing. But I'll try. I don't know when. I'm trying to. It's weird that all you have to do is turn the camera on and draw, but for some reason it takes way more time to do it.
No, I know.
Yeah, I mean the only guy that can do that is Shanthan Chetty, but he's like a freak that way.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
he's good.
So yeah, so on Twitter or X, whatever.
Hell yeah. And Brian Christgau, where can people find you?
You can find me on the YouTubes at Brian Christgau 1415. Find me on the Facebooks at Brian Christgau. You can find me on the Twitters at Brian Christgau. And I'm not hard to find. I got a funny name. Just type that into the Googles. You'll find me. Thanks for having me on, Matt. And Adam, once again, this is a killer project. I don't know if I've backed it yet, but if I haven't, I will be very, very shortly.
I appreciate it.
Best of luck with it.
Thank you. Thanks for being a part of it.
Thank you for the invitation.
One more thing, if I can. Sorry. Right now, if you are a creator and you want to have your character put into it, we have 1 slot that's open right now, and I'm going to let the backers vote on who gets the slot. So we're doing that right now. Just look on my Twitter.
I put my name in there.
Cool idea.
Yeah. So whoever, I know. Every time I mention it, people are like, "Stop talking about it."
I want my character done.
Yeah, you're ruining my chances. So
right.
Yeah. So if you do want to get in, we're going to do that. You may have a chance, and if maybe we get some stretch goals later on, I'll try to add some more characters.
That's dope.
Why not?
Hell yeah. And Doc Salem, taker of souls. Preston Acevedo, where can people find you?
Every Wednesday, right here on your channel.
Oh yeah, sure.
Brian's.
Yep. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Again, I'm going to be launching Butch Cleaver's Second Chance campaign on Fund My Comic on Saturday at midnight, which is St. Patrick's Day. We're going to have giveaways. First 10 backers get 10 sketch cards by me. And if you guys want to come by, it's going to be about an hour. We're going to be having some fun, partying it up and drinking some Guinness. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. Go check out these awesome artists and their campaigns. And always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Peace and love.